show. My name is Miles Guiragossian. I am interviewing Ninaski on, messed up.
We're on All About Art, and today I get to be the special guest host, guest artist here. And you had a project in your English class that you initially inspired me to do a show with. Can you tell me what your thought was in the beginning?
Well, my thought in the beginning was you started a great fundraiser, and I was wondering if I could get some tips for starting my own fundraiser. And I just wanted to know, when did you start fundraising?
Well, I have fundraised like most of my life because I have 5 kids and 9 grandkids. So if there's been a fundraiser out there, I've been able to figure out a fundraiser to help whatever organization that I'm supporting. As you know very well, Miles, you're a huge part of our family. We suffered a horrible loss, and we're completely shattered with the fatal accident that Andrew Matlenko, my grandson, my oldest grandson, was in just 4 days before graduation. So with that, Laura and Mike didn't really like the memorial jars that we put out around town to help, you know, with the expenses. So we turned it into a scholarship fund. Mm-hmm. And that was a great idea, but when I got talking to Laura about it, it's like, I really don't want to fundraise for 10 years. And then with the scholarship, you're really only affecting one kid. Now, how do you choose which one of those kids deserve a further education? So that became a difficult task. If you remember, Laura had initially thought about doing a scoreboard because the scoreboards never worked. We're talking about the high school baseball field here. And the scoreboards never worked in all of Andrew's years, and you know, he died just right after his 18th birthday. That's why we go with the theme of Forever 18, you know, and that's what our donation request fees are typically $18 to stick with that theme. So I thought that was a great idea, you know, doing a scoreboard. That way it could affect the entire community. Definitely. And the baseball sport in itself. So I was brave enough to say, okay, what would your field of dreams be, Laura? And she tossed out at me a new baseball field. And, you know, it's just been incredible. Now, were you one of the guys at the baseball field when Larry Harper from Good Tidings showed up?
Yes, I was the only one there.
Yeah, and can you tell me what happened there?
Well, when he showed up, he initially was on the baseball field, and as you know, our coach Ellis doesn't like people on the baseball field. So I asked him if he could move over to the bullpens, and he said yes. And then after it, he came out and he looked at all of me, Baker, and Andy McKechnie, and he came over to our car and he handed us a card, and it said Good Tidings Company and partnered with the A's and Giants. And his first words were like, we could help build the field and make a great field, and so we handed it over to you and Coach Ellis because we knew you guys were making the biggest impact on that.
Yeah, and you know what I did with that card is I started out with the 4th of July event down at the West End Beach, and I set up my props. I had my donation box out there, and you know, we've wanted to be very public throughout this tragedy. As Andrew passed away just 4 days before graduation, affecting an abundant number of people, but at minimum, I would say 50 graduates or school kids. Seeing my grandson in this condition, and they still needed to go through the process of the senior farewell, the senior graduation, the celebrations, and the moving forward. So it's not just our family that's grieving. And by doing what we're doing and using that card that you got from Larry Harper, Good Tidings Foundation, they're out of San Francisco, that was kind of like just dropped from heaven, you know, by our angel Andrew. I think this happened just a few days after the accident, And I put that card inside the donation box because to me that was a huge donation, and that's something that I wanted Laura to address. So I put it in the donation box, and a few weeks later she got the card and she made the initial contact with Larry to find out this is exactly what Larry Harper does. A Good Tidings Foundation are partnered with many professional athletes that already have foundation money funds available to help people in our sense. What do you think of the baseball field? You've been playing baseball since you were knee-high to a grasshopper. So what do you think of our high school baseball field?
I think it needs a lot of work right now. The fences are chain linked and the infield's like sand, but I definitely see the progress we're making doing fundraising. And it's a great thing because really it'll help the future of this entire community.
Yes, and it is for the entire community, and I believe that it will be an impact to this community well after I'm gone. It's nothing that Andrew's parents, family, none of us want to name the baseball field after him, and we don't even want to put his name on the scoreboard. It was suggested by a friend of Andrew's. How about you put like a memory plaque inside our dugout, in the Truckee dugout? That way it's very private and it's for only Truckee people will see that information. So that's something that Laura and Mike are considering as far as doing that. But it's more paying forward to the community and making something so horribly shattering, something you do not equate into your life, is putting it into a positive reflection, if you will.
Definitely.
You know, and so yes, I've been fundraising like crazy. I've got donation jars every place around town. You know, what was really amazing to me is that when I went to go collect the donation jars, I would say about mid-July, most of the vendors asked me if I could leave them. It was just incredible, the support that the family, that we've all received. And I hope that you as Andrew's friends have also received the same support.
Definitely.
You know, you guys have done some very awesome things, sort of like the Viking farewell that was done out at, I think, Boca?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that was just incredible to see that you guys put together like a little raft and memorialized it and sent it out to like a Viking funeral, and I thought that that was just amazing. And I cannot thank every one of these students, friends, family that were at the accident scene, that ran to the accident to help. They ran to do CPR. They moved the vehicle. They did not run away. And I am so impressed with the gentleness, the love, the kindness, the intelligence that our people, our students have in our community. I'm shocked that I'm hearing that you're getting stopped from going out into the forest to play.
Yes.
You know, and is that an issue for you?
Well, not me personally, although I would love to go out to the lakes all the time. But, however, I'm not one to go out there like every single weekend or every day. Mm-hmm. But I do see it affecting the community. Like, I would say 75% of our school goes out to Boca and Stampede, and just go have good time, like good times, hang out with their friends and do all that. But they are being stopped gradually to go.
Yeah. Well, you know, I realized that Andrew did die headed out to Stampede for the graduation celebration and camp over. There were no drugs and alcohol involved. I find that like I said, the majority of our youth in our community are very responsible. You know how to survive.
Definitely.
You've been trained, You live here, and that is part of the reason that we live here is because of our postcard we have out there, you know,
Yeah.
and that's our forest, whether we're four-wheeling or whether we're snowboarding, it doesn't really matter. We live in a very dangerous element, so I really hope that we can find a solution that's positive for everybody in the community.
So how do you feel about the fundraising so far? Do you feel it's successful, or
We've been having some really good times. It's a lot of hard work. I've created fundraisers that I've never thought of before, based on the economy is bad for everybody. I'm trying to make it affordable for everybody to participate in one way or another. So we've done about 5 car washes. I did the 4th of July. I did Truckie's 150th birthday party. I did the Old Timers Picnic. I have, let me see, I don't want to miss any of them because they've all been so fun.
Yeah.
This past Saturday, I did baseball panhandling. Yes, I was out there with my collection boxes and I was panhandling for our baseball field. I have done, as you can see here, a penny fundraiser. We've collected, I don't have a total yet, but approximately $400 worth of pennies. So yes, everybody is pitching in. I have the extended care patients at Tahoe Forest Hospital. They're counting and rolling the pennies, so they're involved. You know, I have coming up, maybe we should take a break before I tell you more.
All right.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm here with Ninaski. I'm guest hosting on her show today. And I was just wondering, how's the fundraiser going personally for you?
Well, I have a lot of energy, as everybody pretty much knows. If you know me, I already have energy, but now I'm at double pump energy. So I'm like grandma on steroids doing fundraising. I will not stop until I have a baseball field. We will have real baseball dirt that will be imported from the A's or the Giants field down below. We will have full-grown grass turf, you know, that will be out there. They will come in and level, cut down actually several inches into the ground. They will level it out so we have a perfectly smooth, even level field. We will replace all of the plumbing in that area, so we will have no longer floodplains when you kids are trying to play baseball out there. Different things like the fencing you were talking about will get repaired. I think it's silly to throw it all away and start from scratch. So it's a total makeover, and I'm told that it's going to be better than the Aces baseball field. So I'm very excited. I was inspired to do this over, like I said, a shattering tragedy, but I'm honored to do it in the name of my grandson, for all of our community youth, for our community, as I believe it takes a village to raise a kid. So even though my kids are old and my grandkids don't go to school here, Andrew was my second generation graduate, and he was finishing off his schooling here. And there's just no words to express how any of us feel. I know this is difficult for you, Miles, to do this interview. Growing up with Andrew and being best friends and playing ball, and you know, a lot of the kids have gotten tattoos, you know, saying, you know, whatever they say, and it's just really awesome, you know, the support from the community, you know, the gift donations that have been given for the raffle. I have raffle tickets, they're for sale. You gotta buy yours now. Looks like I'm running out.
There's going to be 100 awesome prizes being raffled off by Ninaski, and tickets are on sale now. So
Absolutely, 100% of funds that I am fundraising for are going to the baseball field. I have a real issue with letting anybody else be in control of that money. In other words, not one penny will go to the general fund for the high school. Nope, zero. Ain't gonna happen. It's all going to the baseball field. So these, some of the upcoming fundraisers that are really exciting is December 1st, I'm having a black tie art auction. It gives all the community members an opportunity, artists, art collectors, art lovers, designers, all of you are welcome to come. There's extreme art that's going to be live auctioned at Art Obsessions on December 1st at 7:30. I'm doing a cover charge of donation only. If you want to play in the bidding, then that bid card's going to cost you $18 for Forever 18. After that, let me see, I've got Santa's Closet. Many people may remember Tiny Tim's down at the old rec center. Well, I'm bringing it back. He grew up into Santa's Closet, you know, so I want a bulging shopping center for 2 days here in downtown Truckee on the 14th and 15th of December. And then on December 20th, I am going to be calling the raffle winners. I have 100 awesome, extremely awesome prizes. And I'm going to do it with a little twist. I always seem to have to put a twist in things. So I'm going to get all except for the grand prizes. I'm going to put in one bucket here. I'm going to put all the raffle tickets in another bucket, and I'm just going to shuffle up the mix, and I'm going to pick. So I have no idea what you're going to win until I pick your name and pick the prize. So it gives everybody an equal opportunity to win that big prize, that $20 prize. It doesn't matter. Prizes are prizes, and they're all extremely awesome. So I had to create an event for that. And that event is going to be our Fiesta dinner, and that too will be at the Community Arts Center, which is the old rec center downtown Truckee on Church Street. You do not need to be present to win at these raffle prizes. I will be happy to call you and say you are the winner of blank, blank, blank. But the Fiesta dinner, we're going to just request a $5 donation a person to eat dinner with us, or $18 for a family. And again, that's that Forever 18 working, you know. It just seems like these fundraisers are rather easily coming to me, and they're just working.
Definitely, and I see them helping the community as well.
Yeah, I hope it's nurturing, and I hope that it's been a healthy process for the community to be involved in this positive outcome that we're going to result in, our objective, you know. So that makes me really excited. We have many people out there making homemade blankets, you know, nice crocheted scarves. There'll be a lot of vendors of diversity. The same as with the art auction. A lot of diverse artists have donated their work to be auctioned off. And, you know, I mean, you're talking some pieces are $1,000 that they're donating, or $750 prints. You know, it's incredible, the support, you know. Even from the outskirts, you know, South Lake Tahoe calling me. I had a photographer, Trent Dowell, come from Minden, Nevada to take photos during the baseball, the home run derby. I have the Sierra Aquatics out of Reno, Nevada that called me asking if I wanted donations and if they could sell raffle tickets for me and put a donation jar. It's just really incredible how we are putting the unity back into the community, and we're putting the fun in fundraising. So
Definitely.
You know, what you were talking about fundraising that you would like to start. So how could I help you in starting a fundraiser?
I would just like to know some tips for starting a fundraiser, because our last bookstore in Truckee is shutting down right now.
Now that's a bookshelf, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to fight for our local businesses, and I like that tangible feeling of books. So if everybody can support, go on their Facebook page and like them, help this business out. We need to keep our bookshelf here, and that goes along with the library. And there's so many different things that I think that we forget to notice that our community requires,
Definitely.
to be successful.
And having a bookstore in town affects everything. It affects everything from your education to crime rates, and the list goes on.
Yes, it absolutely does. Now, what I was going to say is that I already am pondering fundraisers for next year. So if you're a golfer out there, I suggest you really start practicing that golf swing, because I have a brand new electric Luxor golf cart that I'm going to do like a King of the Mountain golf tourney, so I'm excited to do that. I'll probably put together a teenager golf tournament also. I have Zano's family restaurant here in Truckee is a great supporter of fundraising, so they're going to be doing a dinner with us. I have spoken with the chief of police and CHP about maybe integrating some of the authorities with our students. I think they need to play with you. I think that they need to learn our kids on a different level instead of misunderstanding. There's two sides to every coin. Like
Definitely.
I mentioned, I've been around kids forever. So there is two sides to every coin. And I don't want to be unfair about it, but the integration of the sports, I think, is another very important element. It bothers me to hear, oh, I can't talk to you because you're a baseball player and I'm a football player, or I'm a cheerleader and you're a filled-in track. We're all people. We are all just purple polka dotted people. We all belong together. We all need to help each other. And so, like I said, my fundraising efforts are not going to stop. Everyone has been absolutely successful, and we've come up with a decent sum of money, which in this process, we will be assisted by Good Tidings Foundation once we get clearance from the school's overall master plan and how we are able to fit in there. So it's really good timing to refurbish and to be working on this. Everything just seems to be like angels are bringing this to us. I feel very blessed that at the ceremony of life for Andrew, we had eagles flying above us.
That was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I take it as a blessing, and I'm just rolling with it. So I think, when you say, how do I do it? I think that instead of just talking about it, that's another thing I've heard from the kids, people talk and nobody implements. And so you need to implement. If you want to do a fundraiser, it's a passion in your heart, you will find ways to fundraise for that passion, and people will join you, so you may stand alone in the beginning, but you stand tall, you stand strong with your foundations, and people will join you because they too have this passion. It's just nobody wants to be a leader, and I'm counting on you and all the other brothers and sisters in the baseball world here and the community kids. I'm counting on you. You are our future. And so I'm counting on you to start implementing. One thought that I won't be able to address until sometime after January is free tie-dye in the park. I mean, really, how hard is it? I've spent $5 so far, and I can offer a very affordable opportunity for you kids can stay out of trouble, I can turn it into a mentorship program and teach you how to do this as a business. So maybe you really like tie-dyeing. I'll let you run it for a year, and after that year of fundraising and learning about the business, when you graduate, I'll help you get a business license. So I mean, to me that would be really awesome. 18 years old, yeah, I have a year under my belt and my own business, awesome. So The ceramics, you know, I have a ton of ceramics. I want to make affordable ceramics for teenagers, you know. And I'm talking, you know, this isn't just the seniors, it's the 13-year-olds, it's the older kids. I would say even up to 25, you know, is that our kids are screaming for help, and I'm here to protect them and to make your dreams come true, and that's to have a good baseball field out there.
Definitely. Well, I'd say you have great characteristics of being a leader, because you paved the path for us to soon continue, left your legacy, and fundraised, and was very successful at it from what I understand.
Yeah, well, I think the legacy is Andrew, and I'm just inspired with all the love and the Andrew that we all know. You know, that's what keeps me going, you know, is to know that our hearts haven't skipped a beat with our living, our loving, and our laughing, because, you know, Andrew was just a great human being, you know, and it really is shattering, but it's just as shattering if it were you, the neighbor kid, or the kid down the street. It's a kid, and it was an accident, you know, and we never planned for those, but we can make a difference. And that's what Laura, Mike, myself, the entire family, you baseball players, Ellie, Good Tidings, the community members that have so graciously donated every opportunity that they've had, the people buying the raffle tickets who are going to win those phenomenal prizes, because you don't have to be present to win. You know, just continuing to do it and not stopping is not an option, you know. It's just not an option for me. The word no is